Broadcast is an alternative video game program. Viewers should prepare themselves for games-related jokes, nonsense and general hijinks.
From the alternative world of video games today, Caroline in the kill zone. Burnout goes up against Need for Speed Underground. We look at the secrets of creating Total War and a classic in our football championship.
Leave it there for a sec. Just leave it. Could you hold on my calls? I'm in the middle of something. Cheers. Hello viewers. You know, I used to love being the boss in a big office, but these days it's all long hours, boring meetings and very tiresome sexual harassment lawsuits. Still, I do have your letters to brighten up the day. This is from Lee Smith, who's 77 years old, from Leicester. Dear Dominic, I love the show when games attack, and I do think the Glamour Girl dance challenge in particular is superb. The sight of those young nubile bodies bouncing around in that big machine, panting and sweating, it's truly entertaining. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Smith. It's good to know that even at your age you're still really interested in video games. For most people, video games are about mindless escapism, but there are a few out there who are hell-bent on using them to replicate the real world with all its tiresome restrictions. So here's a top 5 of the most pathetic game simulations ever.
Number 5 is almost forgivable. Almost. Sega Get Bass is the perfect simulation for those who can't be bothered with fresh air but are just too fat to get out of the house. We thought that fishing was all about pitting man against the natural cunning of the fish rather than man against the horrendous geeks that are the Sega development team. How wrong we were. At number 4, it's Winning Post 5. Now, I'm quite keen on placing the odd bet on the GGs. In fact, I've ruined my whole life as a result of my sordid addiction. But I can't understand the appeal of this Japanese game that brings you the sights and sounds of the racetrack, but without the possibility of winning or losing money. Now, call me a hopeless traditionalist, but the prospect of losing everything you own in a spiral of self-destructive compulsion's what racing's all about. Stripped of that quality, Winning Post 5 just doesn't feel like a vice. And as everyone knows, if it's not a vice, there's probably no point doing it. Which is exactly why wearing another man's trousers can be such fun. We'll be rejoining our chart of the top 5 most pathetic simulations later in the show.
Oi, Tim. Have you finished typing those letters for me?
No, there was a problem with the spell check.
You know that's the only reason you're allowed to use my computer.
I know, I'm sorry boss. Sorry, I'll get them done. Oh, some more embarrassing facts revealed now in today's Behind the Game.
Real-time strategy games are not for people who like instant gratification. But for those who enjoy dynamic and convoluted problem solving, there are few games that match Shogun Total War. It's a real-time strategy game so groundbreaking it redefined the whole RTS genre quite literally overnight. But what was it packing in its game pants to make it so appealing?
I think it struck a chord with people because it's genuinely different, and I think it does represent, I don't think it's too pretentious to say, I do think it represents the future of RTS gaming.
Yeah, the interesting thing with Total War is I think it got a lot bigger and became a lot better than even what we hoped or imagined.
Using the backdrop of samurai Japan and a few ideas from Sun Tzu's rollicking The Art of War, gamers were treated to unprecedented 10,000 unique warriors on screen, each with their own individual intelligence.
The biggest hurdles we faced were initially pretty much technical ones. Obviously in the Shogun days, it was actually getting pretty damn low system spec.
As in the past, those war games have been represented by reams of numbers and boxes and things like that, which obviously actually bear no resemblance to a battlefield situation at all.
When we're doing Shogun, I can't say we did know, but it would turn out as successful as it has. But that's largely because it was different. I mean, you're always going to be going out by definition on a limb when you do something different.
And thankfully they did go forth onto that limb, and numerous awards including a BAFTA were soon sitting pretty on their mantelpiece. Creative Assembly became a rare commodity, a successful British games developer.
It's made me a rich man on paper, because the company is worth a bit, but not really in the bank balance yet, no.
Total War has changed my life. I mean, you know, the most obvious thing is that I came over to England when I was 26, and now, you know, 7 years later, I'm still here. So that's a big change in and of itself.
It nearly changed my life very badly recently when I had my mind on other things and wrote my car off at about 80 miles an hour, but I'm still here to tell the tale. So it nearly changed my life very dramatically.
We scoured the Premiership and the Championship in search of the best Pro Evolution players to stage the world's first virtual football competition. 8 pros had to compete through group rounds and knockout stages until one of them has earned the right to be crowned the When Games Attack Football Champion.
A little shufty at the Group B table shows Matt Taylor at the top with 3 points from his win over Stephen Bywater, who's got nothing at the bottom. Anthony Gardner and Martin Rowlands have a point each.
Welcome to another episode in When Games Attack, the Football Challenge. It's a chick magnet special today because we've got Portsmouth's Matt Pretty Boy Taylor and Tottenham's Anthony Bling Bling Gardner here. I'm the fat overweight guy. Sam is in between these two callow youths. Matty Pretty Boy, let's talk to you first of all. Good win in your first game. You're sitting atop the table.
Happy.
Today, you know, obviously Anthony had a good game.
Yeah. Not expecting anything. Happy with my win.
Yeah,
not expecting anything else. I'm happy now. I've got a win under my belt.
What about life in general?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
What are your dreams for the world?
I haven't got any really, to be honest with you.
World peace?
That'd be nice.
A cure for the common cold?
Be lovely.
I'd just like a full head of hair and 20/20 vision and not to have pains in my knees in the morning. Let's turn to the ginormous fella on my left, Anthony Gardner. Anthony, a classic Pro Evo game in your first game against Martin Rowlands, a real kind of gutsy. Against the Pretty Boy, you're looking to open up a bit and take the game to him?
I've got to take it to him. I think 1 point's not enough. I need all the points here.
Yeah, you weren't happy with that at all?
Nah,
well, you're not,
better than that.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of bling.
Sorry?
You don't have a lot of bling. No rings and that.
I'm not.
Didn't that pay you very well?
No, don't get enough money, do I?
You guys got the same agent, haven't you?
Yeah.
He's obviously doing a better job for one, isn't he? So, okay. As far as the styles here, Anthony, you know, you scored just in the closing seconds of the last game, but once again, you're going to be looking for Van der Man.
Yeah, Van der Man, he's a danger man. Yeah, he's on it.
Yep. And Argentina probably losing out a little bit in height to Netherlands, so we're going to see it more on the ground.
Probably. I don't know how we're going to see it yet. We'll find out in about 2 minutes.
I ain't really got a clue. No. I'm just pretty.
Got in for me, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm like that with all attractive men. You do know he's gay, ladies. Good. Join us after the break.
Before we go, let's catch up with the 3 and 2 spots in our top 5 of most pathetic simulations. At number 3, it's Virtual Skipper 3. If you thought flight sims were bad, you've obviously spent your life shielded from the mind-numbing boredom of this sailing simulation. There are no squalls, no storms, just the dubious attraction of pretending to be on a yacht when you're not. But perhaps the most damning thing about Virtual Skipper is that the few genuinely amusing aspects of real-life yachting, the quiet snobbery, the kidney failure-inducing tedium, the ludicrous jargon used to keep the riff-raff away, all of it's lacking in this so-called simulation. What a load of rollicks. At number 2, take a look at this.
An entire week in the woods and I didn't see a single deer.
Oh, really? Well, I just bagged a 14-point buck from 200 yards with my 30-06.
Wow, you can do that on your computer?
Of course. Dad, it's Deer Hunter 2003.
The #1 hunting franchise in America. Beautiful new environments. Easier to use menu options. Deer Hunter 2003. It doesn't get more real than this.
And no, people, this is not a hoax. Find out what shameful game has earned the accolade of most pathetic simulation of all in part 2. Coming Coming up in the alternative video game show, Caroline cuddles up to Killzone, Burnout versus Need for Speed, and the most pathetic simulation ever. But first, time to join Stevie Morgan once more in the commentary box for Matt Taylor's Argentina against Anthony Gardner's Holland.
Thanks, Dominic, and I can tell you that the bookies make Argentina favourites to win this game. Matt Taylor, of course, leads the group, and Crespo! Oh my word!
Oh no, come on, send him off.
I've put the ball there.
Seriously, get him off.
Put the ball.
Honestly, get him off. Get off.
He's gonna walk! He is gonna go! Matt Taylor overjoyed with that, but no!
My star man's injured now.
Crespo! Cropped! And they can't convert the free kick! Is it all going wrong for the favourites Argentina here against Holland? Anthony Gardner concentrating here. He knows he's got to hurt him, but he can't. Oh, Van Nistelrooy does!
Oh, good play.
Just look at that, folks! Gardner there, drawing first blood. It was Van Nistelrooy who puts the Dutch 1-0 ahead at half-time. The second half gets underway and Anthony Gardner knows he's going to have to do everything he can to preserve that slender 1-0 lead. But no, Argentina want to level the score, but denied. And now it's wide to Delgado. Can he cross one? He does! But no, the Dutch have parked a van in front of that goal! And Matt Taylor knows he's going to take everything he's got to break this Dutch defence, and still he's denied! This is going to break out into an ugly fracas in the studio. I've absolutely no doubt about that, and that's the full-time whistle. Matt Taylor throws the joypad down in disgust because Holland have beaten Argentina 1-0.
Anthony Gardner, I'm not being funny. How the hell did you come away with a win in that game? Backs against the wall for most of the game.
Back against the wall for most of the game, and I've had, 2 attacks all game and nicked 1 goal? What can I say? It's lucky. Very lucky. And
in the first half, I have to say, it was developing into something of a war. You had Van Bronckhorst, he was sent off.
Yeah.
For a disgraceful challenge.
Left back.
Yeah, but often what happens is you find, the team that's gone down to 10 men, you pull together a bit better than the others.
Yeah, we pulled together and got to ride it out, and really pressure was coming, but 1-0 at the end. So
from a technical point of view, can I congratulate you on at times looking down at the joypad and blaming the joypad? I like that. It's a technique I use myself.
No, I'm a bit serious. Like, my buttons were sticking a little bit. Yes.
Of course they were. Nice, right. Now, Matty. Oh, you're still smiling. You still got a smile for the ladies, though, haven't you?
Disappointed.
You were just through on goal so many times. His keeper
poor finishing.
Yeah, well, his keeper was playing a blinder, but still, you got to be sickening that.
I'm off upstairs to practice my shooting now. Yeah, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I'd go and lie down in a darkened room with a damp cloth.
Yeah. Disappointed.
And steady yourself, because 1 more game to go.
Yeah.
You're not totally out of it yet. Don't worry.
Nice to get a win.
Yeah, we got a lot of fun left for you. Don't you worry, cheeky monkey. So if we look at the table, we'll see that Tottenham's Anthony Gardner has leapt into the top berth now with 4 points. Pretty boy Matt, he's still in second on 3. And then Martin Rowland's on 1 point, and Stephen the goalie Bywater is still at the bottom with 0. But those two play in the next game in Group B next time on the Win Games Attack Football Challenge.
One says black, the other says white. One says left, the other says right. They never can agree. The Xbox plays into Time to cook their fuse to bed. That's Queenie and head-to-head.
Hi and welcome to another head-to-head. This week 2 games are going to be... Sorry. Ladies, what are you dressed like this for? You've joined an animal liberation movement? So you can free all the innocent animals that get experimented on? Let me tell you, without those experiments, there'd be no sunglasses and no makeup. Yeah, let's keep an eye on the big picture, shall we? Go and get your boxes. Today, Cuddly's game of choice is Burnout 3 Takedown. Competing against her, Queenie has the Need for Speed Underground. Round 1. Graphics.
The rain-soaked neon city is the perfect backdrop for Need for Speed Underground's street racing. The sight of fast cars burning through the detailed streets, light reflecting in the puddles, is a visual treat. Take one look at the Matrix-style slow-mo crashes and it's clear Burnout 3 Takedown has gone all out to set a new benchmark. Car bodywork looks superb, the textures are gorgeous, and it all runs astonishingly fast. But what do you think of each game's graphics? 70% of the 100 gamers we surveyed said Burnout 3's graphics were superior. Round 1 goes to Burnout. 2 rounds to go.
So, Cuddly's Burnout 3 Takedown gets the graphical nod over Queenie's Need for Speed Underground. 2 rounds to go though, the first of which is Lifespan.
Need for Speed Underground keeps players coming back by letting them customize and upgrade their cars, allowing a standard motor to become a supercharged roadster. To keep you playing, Burnout 3 Takedown offers lots of different options. Everyone's favourite is undoubtedly Crash Mode, where you must create spectacular crashes to win cash. But which game keeps you playing longest? 58% of those surveyed said Need for Speed Underground has the longer lifespan. Round 2 goes to Need for Speed. 1 more round to go.
Oh, so Queenie's Need for Speed Underground, as far as lifespan, totally outclasses that of Burnout 3 Takedown. 1 apiece. It's the final round. At the end of this, someone gets a forfeit. Round 3. Gameplay.
Just 1 burst of nitro proves Need for Speed Underground revels in intense driving. But as the cars are all licensed from genuine manufacturers, it arguably appeals to gamers who like realism in their races. Gameplay-wise, Burnout 3 Takedown turns bad driving into outright fun. Scraping a near miss, driving through a power slide, or making a huge crash at maximum speed all add to the adrenaline rush. But which game do you think provides the better driving experience? 55% said Burnout 3 Takedown has the better gameplay. Burnout 3 takes the final round. Burnout 3 Takedown, the overall winner, 2 rounds to 1.
So, Cuddly wins it this week with Burnout 3. But, seeing as it was a close one, we're not going to give you a forfeit this week, Queenie. No, we're going to send you on a holiday. Yes, let's have the box, Cuddly. Yeah, you're going for 2 weeks to Huntingdon Life Sciences with all your other little animal friends. Join us next time for another head-to-head.
Time now to find out what's the most pathetic simulation ever. First, a reminder of the rankings so far. At number 5, heart-stopping thrills are conspicuously absent in Sega Get Bass. Horse racing minus the money in Winning Post 5. Virtual Skipper 3 at number 3 offers the kind of fun to be had on a day out with a boring uncle. At number 2, Deer Hunter. Avoid anyone with this game. But the number 1 most pathetic simulation is the Denshu the Go series, or in English, Let's Go Train. An ambition to be a train driver is only acceptable if you're A, under 10, or B, living in the 1930s. Anyone else who hankers to take control of a locomotive is by definition profoundly disturbed. The more you think about it, the worse it gets. But the thing that really scares me about Denshu Digo is I'd quite like to play it. Look at that engine!
What if I promised to wear shorter skirts? The last time I went to Amsterdam for a day trip, I ended up spending €50,000 and I didn't go home for a week. It's because of this that my wife has requested this next feature be handled by Caroline Flack.
Today, viewers, I'm in Amsterdam for my toughest test yet. The production team thought it'd be a good idea to send little old me over to cover one of the hardest and most hyped games around. Can you guess what it is? Yes, that's right, armed with just my stripy hat and my pigtails, I'm here to see Killzone creators Guerrilla to see what all the fuss is about. Killzone is Sony's gritty, futuristic first-person shooter, a game they hope will invigorate their potentially massive online market and make them feel better about not having Halo. The game itself sees you battle against hordes of alien enemies intent on enslaving an Earth colony. The game's due to be finished at the end of next week, so I don't know what kind of reception I'm going to get. I hope they're excited to see me. They might be a bit busy. Hi guys! With everyone pretending not to notice me, I went in search of the producer. What's the hold-up?
I don't know. A big game takes a long time to make. There's an awful lot of bits and pieces in there.
Can you tell us about the production values of the game? I hear there's a few famous people as well who've been lending their voices.
We realised when we were making the game that a computer game just isn't a number of elements. It's the sum of all of these things. Everything has to complement the next kind of bit of a game. So for that we had the likes of Sean Pertwee come in and do voice exactly. You know, we thought he was really good. Fitted his character perfectly, and of course that means that when you get a really good performance out of those people, it just makes your story that much more believable. Then of course you have to make sure that the script is good, and all of this just serves to create a very high production value indeed. Hi there. Yeah, I'm just right now. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Bye. Guerrilla has a staff of 85, so there were plenty of other people to annoy. What are the overall influences in the game?
Yeah, well, we took a good look at reality, basically, to see what spectacular environments there are that we can use for Killzone. Because if you have a spectacular environment from the start, then you can get your inspiration, and the end result will probably be spectacular as well. 22 weapons that you can carry. They're also inspired by reality, and they were designed in a way that should really work.
This is a man's game, isn't it?
I suppose so.
But ultimately, the arena in which Killzone's fate will be decided is online. Tell us about the online game inside of Killzone.
We've got a whole bunch of multiplayer options. I mean, there's like your classic deathmatch, which is good if you just want to come in, shoot some people and everything, have a lot of fun. You also have like a lot more team-based modes. You can have clans, chat at the same time. You'll bring a lot to what people want, and people who like, you know, just going into a game and shooting each other's head off will be fine. The people who like, you know, some more stealth, some more tactics, can also get what they want.
How long did the process take you in all, from start to finish?
Composing music took about 1.5 months. We really wanted to sort of create a backstory to the game, where it's not just mindless shooting, but you're actually doing it for a reason. And in order to give the player a reason, you need a good story. And in order to give emotion to the story, really music is the best way to do that. And then we went over to Prague to actually record it with a live orchestra, which is really exciting. So we had like a 92-piece orchestra and a 40-piece choir. And we spent about 3.5 days in Prague to record them.
Well, by the time you see this, the game will already be out, so I'm off to annoy someone else.
That's it for the show today, and indeed my office career. I'm off to make a lovely farewell card for my fantastic boss. See you next time.